बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदन्दनाथाः। विष्णुर्महान् स इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमारिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षणे। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। आदरणीय पूजनीय पंडितगण, प्रिय सज्जनों, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, most worshipful pandits, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Also, it's a great pleasure to be back after many, many years at the Shiva Ashta Siddhi Mandir. This evening, meeting Michael Ji again after a long time. He was saying that after so many years, it's quite a number of years. It's a great pleasure to be back and to be in divine satsang with all of you. We are having, as you heard, this Yatra, a journey, a spiritual journey of Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran. 21 sessions. And so far, today is the 16th session, the 16th day of this wonderful journey. We'll hear more about that as we go along. First, let us all join in Bhagavat Sumiran, Srimad Bhagavat Sumiran. Sumiran means to remember, to meditate. Let's meditate on the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, on Shiva Bhagwan, seeking their blessings, guidance and protection. that we may be able to dispense this knowledge in the true form, and that we may be also be able to imbibe it as is given to us. Just remember the Lord as we do Sumiran. रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सदन वारन सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल गणपति कृपा निधान ज्ञान खानी आनंद भवन देहु मोहि वरदान वरनो भाषा भाग जय शिव आनंद कंद भूतनाथ भव भय हरन भक्ति शय निर्बंध गौर बरन मंगल कर हे ब्रज चंद्र मुकुंद ब्रजभूषण भूषण हरन काटु भव भय चरण शरण में आन कर जय 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 जगदीश सेवक शेष महेश अज महिमा अमित अभेद वेद भेद जानत भेद देहु मोहि वरदान राधा वर वर सदा प्रेम भरी मुस्कान नित चित में खट काट रहे मोहि चाहिए कछ नाहि और बस प्रभु जानकी बसी रहे मन माही यह बाकी झाकी सदा लिए लकुटिया गायन की पीछे पीरत ग्वाल बाल लिए साथ मोर मुकुट शिर पर धरे कर मुरली उर्मा शीश मुकुट कटी पीत पट याच विसो नंदला बसु हृदय मम निशि दिवस गुरु पद रज धर शीश कहु भागवत की कथा जो शुक देव मुनीश कवि सो परीक्षित निप अधि निगम कल्पतरो गलितं फलम् सुखमुखादमृतत् द्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमत सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। Also, very special thank you to Pandit Satyanand Maharaj of the Satya Ananda Ashram in Narangwes and producer of Bhakti TV, which is online at tvbhakti.com 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours. आज की कथा है श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण के तीसरी स्कंद 15वें अध्याय की कथा है. Today's katha is from the 3rd canto, 15th chapter of Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran. As always, we join in Kirtan Bhajan as we get our mind to focus on Bhagavan and what we are going to hear, we benefit more. In the booklets, you should be getting, page 36, pad number 61, this beautiful divine composition written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. This bhajan is saying, Gahore man sham charan sharanai. O mind, take shelter, take refuge, surrender yourself to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Anta samay ko kaam nahi hai, mata pita sut bhai. When we leave this world, which can happen anytime, in any moment it can happen, no one in this world is going to help us, no mother, no father, no child, no friend, no one. Only our devotion, our surrender to the Lord is going to help us. Otherwise, no one can help us after we leave. Kam, krodh, arulobh, moh, mad, innaso kachu na basai. We have so many enemies that destroys our peace, our happiness, our devotion. Ye sab shatru hai. These are great enemies. Desires, lust, anger, krodh, lobh, greed, delusion, arrogance. So many enemies, and takes away all our peace, all our happiness. We can't escape as long as we are under Maya. The only way, we have to take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, as only He can take away Maya. Yah jag mrig trishna samadikhat sukh lavalesh na pai. This world is a mrig trishna. Mrig trishna means mirage. The deer, it is in the middle of the desert, and in the hot sun of the midday sun in the desert, the flying sand makes it look like there was water, mirage. But when the deer goes there, there's no water, and it dies. In the same way, there's not even the tiniest drop of happiness in this material world. It's a mirage, and we keep running after it, and we die, and we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. Dhan yauvan tan chan bhangur sab, jau kapur urijai. All these things that we have faith in, and it brings arrogance in us. Dhan, we have a little bit of money. Youth, yauvan, we have strength in the body. All these things, or we have a high status in the world, something, a little extra, and it brings arrogance. Understand, it's only for a few days. Today it's here, tomorrow it's gone. Kapoor, if you take a piece of camphor and put it in the open, in the air, slowly it will vanish away. In the same way, these things are going to go very quickly. Why have pride in them? Why have that ego? That it brings arrogance. Bahuri kripalu nartan upaye, bigari lehu banai. The Saint Kripalu Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, what to say more? This body we have, which is so valuable, Devatas, celestial gods are begging and praying for it. We don't get it again and again. Once we lose it, we don't know when we'll get it. Therefore, having it now, try to attain your ultimate aim of life and become free from this position we are in. And that can only happen when we take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Sham charan sharanai gahore man.
Sham charan sharanai gahore man.
Anta samaya ko काम नाई है
अंत समय काम नहीं है।
मात पिता सुत भाई गहोरे शरनाई गहोरे मन।
श्याम चरण शरनाई गहोरे मन।
काम क्रोध और लोभ मोह मद।
काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मद।
इन सौ कछु न बसाई गहोरे चरण शरनाई गहोरे मन।
श्याम चरण शरनाई गहोरे मन।
मनसा से सुता युष्यत ऊर्जासन का गया चेरुर्विहाय सालोका लोकेषु विजिगत्सत स्पृहा। वैकुंठस्य मलामगः युयुर्वैकुंठनिलयम् सर्वलोकनयमस्फुटम् वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषः। श्याम चरण शरनाई गहोरे मन।
श्याम चरण शरनाई गहोरे मन।
यह जग मृग कृष्णा समदीखत।
यह जग मृग कृष्णा समदीखत।
सुख लावलेश न पाई गहोरे
सुख लावलेश न पाई
गुर सब जो कपूर उड़ी जाई गहोरे मन श्याम चरण शरणाई गहोरे बहुरी कृपालु ननर तनु पाई बिगरी ले बनाई गहोरे श्याम चरण शरणाई गहोरे मन
श्याम चरण शरणाई गहोरे मन।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। ब्रह्मा, ये प्रश्न देवताओं ने ब्रह्मा से कुछ किया तो ब्रह्मा देवता से कहते हैं कि हमारे मानस पुत्र, जब भगवान ने ब्रह्मा को कहा जाओ सृष्टि करो, तो पहले ब्रह्मा ने मानस पुत्र को पैदा किया, सब बाबा जी। तो ब्रह्मा कहते हैं हमारे मानस पुत्र सनक सनंदन सनातन सनक कुमार, ये सब एक बार बैकुंठ गए भगवान विष्णु की मुलाकात, भगवान को का दर्शन करने के लिए श्री विष्णु बैकुंठ गए। ब्रह्मा, द क्रिएटर, is relating this katha to the devatas, celestial beings. He says, once my mind-born sons, when Bhagwan Krishna told Brahma, go and do creation, start creation, Brahma, out of his mind, Manas Putra, out of his mind, he created Babajis first. Only Babajis. Sanak Sanandan Sanatan, Sanak Sanandan Sanatan Sanak Kumar, for the Saptarishis, Narad, Angira, etc. He created only Babajis. So he says, these four mind-born sons of mine, Brahma, once they went to Vaikuntha, the abode of Mahavishnu, to have his darshan. और वैकुंठ में जितने का वहां के रहने वाला है, सभी भगवान का ही रूप रखते हैं, विष्णु, भगवान विष्णु का। All who reside in Vaikuntha, the abode of Mahavishnu, they all have the form of Mahavishnu. 4 arms, yellow claws, garland of wildflowers, etc. Just like him. It is called Sarupya Mukti. There are 5 muktis: Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sarshti, Sayujya. Sayujya Mukti, which the Jnanis attain, they merge into the formless aspect of Sri Krishna, Brahma. The Bhaktas, the devotees, also have 4. Salokya, having an abode like Bhagavan, like God. Samipya, always being close to Him. Sarupya, having a form like the Lord. And Sarshti, having opulence. So they have a form like Him. और ये सब सनक सनन सनातन सनक कुमार अपने योग माया शक्ति से जहां भी जाते हैं, कोई इनको रोकने वाला नहीं है। जहां भी चाहते हैं वो घूमते हैं बेफिक्र, कोई इनको रोकते नहीं। So these 4 mind-born sons of Brahma, they always remain little boy, 5 years old, 5 साल के, and naked, nange, and they go wherever they want. They have a special power called Yoga Maya. These 4 also counted among descensions of Sri Krishna. They are also called Brahma. So they also have the power of Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya means kartum akartum manyatha kartum samarthaha. That which makes the impossible possible. It's the special power of Bhagavan. It's also called Durga, Radha, etc. So through the power of that Yoga Maya, they go wherever they want. They don't have to get a spaceship or chariot. All they have to do is think. I want to go to this and this so-and-so divine abode, and they reach. And no one stops them. No one stops them. So through that power they reach Vaikunt. तो वैकुंठ भगवान के पास जाने के लिए 7 द्वार है, 7। तो 6 को लांग किया, किसी इनको रोके नहीं। जब 7वें द्वार पर आए तो वहां के जो द्वारपाल थे, जय विजय, भगवान का पार्षद, वो वहां खड़े थे। उनके आज्ञा के बिना कोई प्रवेश नहीं कर सकते। So to reach, when you reach Vaikunt, in order to go to the abode, to the court of Bhagwan Vishnu, Mahavishnu, you have to cross 7 gates. 7 gates. So they crossed 6, no one stopped them. When they reached the 7th gate, the gatekeepers there were Jay and Vijay, 2 attendants of Bhagwan. They were the guards, the gatekeepers. No one can enter. This is the last gate. No one can enter there without their permission. So they're standing there. और ये सनक सनन सनातन सनक कुमार परमहंसों में भी श्रेष्ठ है। ये हर जगह अपने अपने आप को देखते हैं। तो ये भेद नहीं समझते कि मैं कुछ और हूं, ये कुछ और है, तो बेफिक्र घुसने लगे। These 4, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanak Kumar, they are topmost among Paramhans, topmost. A Paramhans is one who neither hears, sees, smells, tastes, touch anything except himself. Everywhere he experiences himself. And they are Brahm, so they experience everywhere Brahm, 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 Brahm. The formless aspect of the Lord. So they don't see difference that there are 2 gatekeepers standing or from themselves. Everywhere they see God. Themselves. So they went there. और जब घुसने लगे तो ये दोनों जय विजय को रोक दिया। अपने शस्त्र को लेके रोक दिया, आगे कर दिया और कह रही आप तीनों, आप चारों कौन है, यहां कैसे घुस रहे हमारे आज्ञा के बिना. So when they reach to the seventh gate now and they're about to go in, they thought they will go in just like that. The two gatekeepers, Jay and Vijay, took their staff and put it, hey, you little boys. They look like little boys, 5 years old, naked. What kind of naughtiness is this? Don't you know who we are? Without our permission, no one enters here. You just enter in like this. Stop right here. अब ये जे हो गया, उनको रोक दिया, तो उसको रोकने में चारों परमहंस को क्रोध आ गया. क्रोध. अब देखो, असंभव की बात हो रहा है दोनों तरफ. Now when they stopped these 4 boys, they got angry. Paramhans. Everything impossible is happening because Bhagavan wants this to happen. ये भगवान की इच्छा है. He wants, there's a reason for this divine play, this divine pastime. Paramhans cannot get angry. The scripture says, Krodha ki dvaita buddhi binu. To get angry, there must be dvait. You must think yourself and the other person is different. There must be a difference to get angry. But when they are seeing themselves everywhere, how can they get angry? Advait. That's impossible. They cannot get angry. But yet they are getting angry. Their eyes got red and they got very angry. And the second impossible thing, this is the abode of Bhagavan. There Maya cannot go. Maya can go how far? Heaven. There are 7 heavens. Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satya. 7. The highest, the abode of Brahma. It's all material. Maya can go there. Beyond the 7th Satyalok, there's a river called Virja Nadi, a divine river, which separates the material world from the divine world. Beyond that, Maya cannot go. Other than the sun, nothing can go there. Nothing from the material world. Everything is divine. Divya. So, to recognize topmost among saints is a fault of Maya, ignorance. So how did the gatekeepers become ignorant? These 2 gatekeepers, Jay and Vijay, they are the eternal gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. No one can ever take their seat. They always were the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha from beginningless time, and they will always be. No one can take their position. They are called Nitya Siddha Mahapurush. They never wander Maya, eternal saints. So how could they experience ignorance that they did not recognize these 4 Paramhans, mind-born sons of Brahma? 2 impossible things is happening. Because, as I said, Bhagavan wants that. Let's do a bhajan again. In the books you have. Page 6. Radha Rani is very dear to Sri Krishna. A lot of people don't understand who is Radha Rani. Even in India, if the question is asked, somebody may say Radha Rani is the wife of Sri Krishna, the consort, the girlfriend, gopi. Many things they will say. The wife of Sri Krishna is Mahalakshmi. So who is Radha Rani? राधिका आत्मा तु राधिका तस्य. The Vedas say Radha Rani is the Atma, the soul of Shri Krishna. So she is very dear to Shri Krishna. The dearest thing to us is our soul, Atma, who we are. So if Radha Rani is the soul of Shri Krishna, then imagine how dear she is. So if you want Shri Krishna to come, what should you do? Chant Radhe Radhe. If you chant Radhe Radhe with love, Shri Krishna will come running. And once he comes once, he will never leave again. Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. Radhe Radhe bol
Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge.
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे.
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे.
तेरे साथ साथ शाम राधे राधे गाएंगे.
तेरे साथ साथ शाम राधे राधे गाएंगे.
प्रेम मगन तन, प्रेम मगन तन सुधि बिसराएंगे. प्रेम
मगन तन सुधि बिसराएंगे.
ओ सुधि बिसराएंगे.
सुधि बिसराएंगे.
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे.
राधे राधे गाएंगे.
Shri Krishna also chants Radhe Radhe. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Everyone chants Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. Radhe
राधे बोल श्याम, बाजे चले आएंगे.
राधे जू के गुण गन मुरली में गाएंगे. राधे
झुके गुण गन मुरली में गाएंगे.
राधे जू की छवि लखी बलि बलि जाएंगे. राधे
झुकी छवि लखी बलि बलि जाएंगे.
हाँ बलि बलि जाएंगे.
बलि बलि जाएंगे.
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे.
राधे राधे गाएंगे.
राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे.
राधे राधे बोल श्याम, बाजे चले आएंगे.
को वमी हन्य भगवन् परिधर्मयो धर्मस्य तद्भिना निवासतां विषयः स्वभावः. नहन्तरं भगवन्तीह समस्तकुलक्षात्मनात्मनि. नभो नभसीव धीराः पश्यन्ति तत्र युवयोः. राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे. राधे
राधे बोल श्याम, बाजे चले आएंगे.
जय हो कहीं कहीं भुजन उठाएंगे.
जय हो कहीं
जय हो
भुजन उठाएंगे.
तो दृगानंद जल बरसाएंगे. तो
दृगानंद जल बरसाएंगे.
ओ जल बरसाएंगे.
जल बरसाएंगे.
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे.
राधे राधे गाएंगे.
राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे.
राधे राधे बोल श्याम,
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे।
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे।
कभू हंसेंगे कभू आंसू बहाएंगे।
कभू हंसेंगे कभू आंसू बहाएंगे।
ओ आंसू बहाएंगे।
आंसू बहाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
राधे राधे गाएंगे।
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे।
राधे राधे बोल श्याम बाजे चले आएंगे।
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे। लखी
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे।
राधा भाव गही श्याम 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 गाएंगे।
राधा भाव गई श्याम 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 गाएंगे।
ओ श्याम श्याम गाएंगे। श्याम
श्याम गाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
राधे राधे गाएंगे।
ओ श्याम श्याम गाएंगे।
श्याम श्याम गाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
राधे राधे गाएंगे।
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे।
राधे श्याम गाएंगे।
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे।
राधे श्याम गाएंगे।
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे। राधे
राधे राधे बोल श्याम बाजे चले आएंगे।
बोले राधा रानी की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। अब ये चारों संत को गुस्सा आया, क्रोध करके तो बहुत खटी शब्द से बोलने लगे कि आप यहां भगवान के धाम में रहते हुए ऐसे कार्य करते, ऐसे व्यवहार, ये राक्षसी व्यवहार कैसे मिल गया? So now, these four mind-born sons of Brahma, greatest among sages, filled with anger, their eyes are red, they're saying to the gatekeepers, Jai and Vijay, imagine you are living in the divine abode of the Lord. The Lord is so merciful and so calm and so graceful, and yet look at your actions. Where did you get these demonic actions from? How this happened? How did you get to come and live in this divine abode of the Lord? ये कैसे हुआ? ये क्या हो गया आप लोग को? ये राक्षसी स्वभाव अच्छा नहीं है. This kind of demonic behavior, attitude is not fit for one living in the divine abode of the Lord. Here, Maya is not here. Here, only saints and sages, divine entities reside. Therefore, हम लोग सोचते हैं कुछ करना चाहिए, ऐसे कुछ दंड देना चाहिए आप लोग के कल्याण के लिए कि आप लोग अपने को ठीक हो जाएंगे. So therefore we, these four brothers, we are the topmost among saints and sages. We are contemplating on giving some punishment to you. Kuch punishment, some punishment that will help you to become better. Now understand this. God and the saints, their actions outwardly may seem to be most worldly, even more worldly than ours. But we should never judge. We should never take our material mind and intellect and judge. Remember, God and the saints, they have Yoga Maya Shakti. Through the power of Yoga Maya, not Maya, Yoga plus Maya, they remain pure, divine on the inside, yet seeming to perform the action of Maya, worldly actions, on the outside. Kartum akartum manyatha kartum samarthaha. Even Bhagavan, when he comes in this world, his actions are just like ours. Just like ours. Doha. भक्त हेतु भगवान प्रभु राम धरऊ तनु भूप रामा राम धरऊ तनु भूप किए चरित पावन परम प्राकृत नर अनुरूप रामा प्राकृत नर अनुरूप सियावर रामचंद्र कर जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
जय जय सिया राम.
Bhakt hetu, for the sake of those who love him. Above all, the Supreme Lord takes a form. Ram Dharav Tanubhup, he comes in the world. Kiye charit pavan param, every action he performs is supremely sacred, divine, only for the benefit of the world. Look, when we perform action, it's because we want something. We have a selfish desire. Every action we perform in the world is for the selfish satisfaction of our own happiness. Sarvesham api bhutanam nipaswatmaiva vallabha itare patta vittadhyas tadvallabhata yaivahi. Brahma is saying to Bhagavan Krishna, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 50th verse. Every action of the individual soul, the worldly soul, is only for the selfish satisfaction of his or her own happiness, swart. It is the reason behind marriage, children, friendship, war, peace, and every action in the world. Everything we do is for our own happiness, because we want happiness. And until and unless we attain that supreme happiness, in other words, until we attain God realization, until we attain God, another name for Bhagavan, for Sri Krishna in the Vedas, Anand. Anand means bliss, happiness. Until we attain that supreme happiness, until we attain God, we have to continue performing actions, and every action we perform will be only for our selfishness, our satisfaction of our selfishness. This nature of ours to look for happiness everywhere and in everything, no one can destroy. Neither God, nor a saint, nor a Rakshas, nor man, nor anyone. But if we continue looking in the material world as if we have been doing from beginningless time, we'll never be satisfied. No matter what we get in this world, the more you get, the more you will want. Now, God and the saints, they have everything. Bhagavan is happiness personified. He is Anand. Anando Brahmeti Vijanat. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6. And the saints, those who have attained God, when someone attains God realization, everything Bhagavan has, he gives to that soul. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. Gita chapter 10 verse 10, Shri Krishna says, when someone attains him, everything he has he gives to that soul. So he also is not selfish. Yet God and the saints continue performing action. Nanavaptam avaptavyam varta evacha karmani. Shri Krishna says in Gita, there is nothing in all the three worlds worth attaining that I have not attained, nor is anything worth doing that I haven't done already. Yet, I, the Supreme Lord, continue performing actions so that others seeing, they will do the same. Otherwise, if human beings were to become inactive, they will be unable to redeem themselves and attain the ultimate aim of life. So whatever God and the saints does is only for the welfare, for the benefit of others. They don't have any selfishness. It's not for them. Only for the welfare of others. It may not look correct for us, our material intellect. I saw a beautiful murti of Dattatreya. It's a descension of Sri Krishna. Katha is also in Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran. Once Dattatreya was testing a devotee and he drank alcohol and became drunk. And they were so confused that how this could not be this Lord. We can be tested in everywhere. God and the saints are beyond Maya. Material actions, even if they were to perform it, it is performed not by Bhagavan, but by Yoga Maya. That power that makes the impossible possible. It seems to be happening, but is not happening. But we don't understand. So every action the Lord performs is supremely sacred, purifying, yet He behaves like an ordinary human being when He comes in the world, God and the saints. They do everything like us. Eat, drink, sleep, everything, just like us. And we think, what's the difference? What's the difference? So, they're thinking that we have to do something to benefit, that somehow is going to benefit these two gatekeepers. So, they said, since you have become so raksashi in nature, even though you are living in the abode of Bhagwan, you are so ignorant, you don't recognize the saints and sages, etc. Therefore, श्राप, ऐसे श्राप दे रहा है, आप लोग जाइए राक्षसी योनि में पैदा करो, जहां क्रोध, लोभ, काम इत्यादि होता है. So therefore we give a shrap. The only way to fix you, take birth in demonic forms of life, where there is greed, anger, jealousy, hate. These are demonic tendencies. We say somebody is a devata, a celestial being, somebody is a human being like us, and somebody is a rakshas, demonic being. What differentiates them? All three of them have the three forms of Maya, Sattva Guna, Rajo Gun, Tamo Gun. But those who are prevalently Sattva Gun is prevalent in them, they are called Devatas, celestial beings. Those who are prevalently Rajasic in nature, they have ambition, they want to get money, they want to enjoy the world, they are called human beings. Sattva Gun is there, they do good things sometimes. Tamo Gun is also there, they do bad things sometimes. And those who are prevalently, mostly Tamo Gun, always doing wrong things, drinking alcohol, eating meat, fighting, quarreling, killing, they are called Rakshas. demonic beings. That's what differentiates. So since your behavior is like that, then go and take bath in demonic forms. This kind of sharp curse was given. ये शाप सुन के ही ये दोनों द्वारपाल भगवान के चारों संत के चरण को पकड़ लिया, साष्टांग प्रणाम किया, पकड़ लिया और कहती कि हे भगवान, ये जो आपने श्राप दिया आपने ठीक किया, क्योंकि हमने पाप किया, बहुत बड़े पाप, संतों का अनादर दिया, ऐसे कोई बड़े पाप नहीं है इससे बड़ा. The moment hearing the shrap, this curse from the saints and sages, these four topmost among saints, the two gatekeepers fell at the feet of these four sages. They fell at the feet with great humility, held onto the feet, and they said, "Oh, topmost among saints, this curse you have pronounced on us, you have done us a great kindness. You have showered a great blessing on us. For this is going to purge us of all the sins, the greatest sin we have committed." What is the greatest sin anyone commit? When you think wrong or you try to harm a true devotee of God. It's called Mahapuran. One of the greatest sin anyone can commit is to have wrong thoughts about a true devotee, about a saint, or to try to harm them. The Ramayana says, सुनो सुरेश रघुनाथ सुभाऊ, निज अपराध दिसाही न काऊ. जय राम अपराध भगत कर करई, जो अपराध भगत कर करई, राम रोष पावक सो जरई. जय राम श्री राम,
जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम.
सुनो सुरेश रघुनाथ सुभाऊ. This is the nature, swabhava of Bhagavan, of God. What is the nature? Nij aparadh risahi na kahu. He doesn't get angry if people commit sins against him. People curse God. They abuse God because their selfish desires are not fulfilled. So they will curse, abuse. Bhagavan understands. People are under Maya and they're greedy by nature. They greed. But jo aparadh bhagat kar karai, Ram rosh pavak so jarai. But when someone commits aparadh means sin, crime. Thinking, main is thinking. I didn't do anything, I didn't curse, I didn't beat him up. No, but you taught wrong. And the moment we think, Bhagavan takes note. When we commit such sins against devotees of the Lord, against the saints, Ram Rosha Pavak So Jarahi. His anger becomes like a huge fire that destroys everything. You'll be completely destroyed. The worst sin you can commit. The worst. So, they said, we have committed such a sin against devotees of the Lord. Therefore, by sending us to lower regions, lower form of birth, that's great. But if it so pleases you, if you're so compassionate enough, we ask you for one thing. आपसे एक बार मांगते हैं. What? That wherever we may go, we can go in the lowest of the lowest form. Let us never forget devotion for the lotus feet of the Lord. भगवान को कभी भूले नहीं. Let us never forget the Lord. Please bless us like this. इतने में भगवान आ गए और पूछे यहाँ क्या हो रहा है भाई, जैसे नहीं जानते. Now while all this is happening, suddenly Bhagwan came there, Bhagwan Mahavishnu, and he's saying, what is happening here? As though he doesn't know. Number one, Bhagwan is all knowing, all seeing. He knows everything. He's sitting now. We people don't realize that. We think Bhagwan is only in the murti, only in the mandir. And when we go outside in the road, we go in the ram shop, we go in the road, we go in the toilet, no Bhagwan. So we can do all the wrong things we want. Is that so? No. Ishwarah sarva bhutanam hriddeshe junatishthati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantarurhani mayaya. Chapter 18, verse 61, Gita. Shri Krishna, God is sitting in the heart of every living being and He's taken note. He's everywhere 100%. Yes, He's in the mandir also. But He's also in the road. He's also in the toilet, in the ram shop, in the worst place you can think about. Prabhu Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. God pervades everywhere. Everybody says that. In every religion, God is here, there, and everywhere. But we think He is 100% in the mandir, in the murti, and outside in the world, and somewhere else He's maybe 1% or 0.1%. No. Samana means equally. He is 100% everywhere. So just as you would not do anything wrong in the mandir, don't do anything wrong anywhere, because Bhagwan is noting. He's looking. We don't have that faith. Everywhere. And how are we going to find Him? Premate pragat hoi mai jana. One thing only, prem, love, bhakti. Prem means love, bhakti, by loving Him. The only way we can get close to Bhagwan, whatever form you want to pray, doesn't matter. Bhagwan has uncountable form. But you want to get close to Bhagwan, one thing only, love, prem, bhakti, nothing else works. So, Bhagwan came and He wanted that. As I said, impossible thing is happening. He created that. Bhagwan आ गए. वो भगवान को देखकर ये चारों संत देखने लगे एकटक. भगवान को प्रणाम किया और बहुत सुंदर कुछ बोला. Seeing the Lord suddenly come there, this is what they have come for. These four saints, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanak Kumar, they started staring at Him without blinking. Tears are flowing from their eyes. They are Paramhans. Impossible is happening. The bliss that they were experiencing before, the formless Brahm, is snatched away. And they started experiencing the bliss of God with a form. Barbas Brahm Sukhi Tyaja. They give it up. And they're saying, very beautiful in Bhagavat, Tasyara Vinda Vimukha, Tasyara Vinda Nayanasya Padara Vinda, Kinjal Kamishra Tulasi, Makaranda Vayu, Antargata Swavivarena Chakara Tesham, Sankshobamakshara Jusha, Mapichitta Tanbo. Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran, 3rd canto, 15th chapter, 43rd verse. Very beautiful. They fell down and bowed at the feet of Sri Krishna, and some tulsi leaves were offered on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, of Mahavishnu. They had offered tulsi, the leaf of the tulsi. When they bowed to the lotus feet of Bhagwan Mahavishnu, the scent of the tulsi mixed with the dust of his lotus feet entered into their nostril. It entered into their nostril, and they started experiencing the pores on the body raised on ends. Tears started flowing from their eyes. Things. And the bliss of the formless Brahm was snatched away, and they started experiencing the bliss of God with their form. They started experiencing the self. In other words, they were Videha, like Janakji, and they became Dev Videha. In other words, they started experiencing Videha means one who has no feeling of the body. Paramhans. They started experiencing everything again. Joy, bliss started flowing. And they asked for a boon from Bhagwan. Ek var manga. They asked to go to hell. Oh? Imagine, they are topmost among Paramhans and they are begging Bhagwan to go to hell. Listen. Kamam bhavasvavrininair nirayeshu nasya cheto livadyatinute padayorameta kamam yachas charas tulasivadyaditenghi Shobha Puryetate Gunagunayadikarnarandha. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 3rd canto, 15th chapter, 49 verse. Very beautiful. They said, by all means we have committed sin by giving curse to your attendants. Your servants in your divine abode, we have committed a great sin. By all means, send us to hell for that sin. But let us never forget, under condition, there's a condition that we're going to hell, that this bliss we are experiencing by the scent of the tulsi mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord that entered into our nostril, and the bliss we are experiencing from that, let us never become separate from that bliss. That is the condition, send us to hell. That even in hell we should experience this bliss, we will go to hell also. Imagine, topmost among the kind of bliss they experienced in that moment. And just by the scent, they didn't touch the Lord as yet. The tulsi that was offered at his lotus feet, mixed with the dust of his lotus feet, entered into their nostril. And they experienced so much bliss. So much bliss they experienced. They are saying, these attendants of yours, these servants of yours, Jay and Vijay, they are devoted to you. They are servants, eternal servants. Even though when this shrap we have given to them, if it is approved by you, let it happen. If not, take it away. We do not mind if you take it away. If you say, okay, they cannot be cursed anymore. If it is your desire. So Brahma is saying, even though these saints and sages, it seems as though they were bit by the serpent of anger, that they pronounced a curse. Hearing the Lord loving and illumined speech, they became very happy. What did the Lord say? We'll hear. We'll chant the name of the Lord for a few minutes. Govind. Everybody, I want everyone to chant. Chanting the name of the Lord is the only thing recommended for this age we live in Kali Yuga. It says in the Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran, Krite yadhyayato vishnum tretayam yajato makaihi dvapare paricharyayam kalau tadhari kirtanat. Shrimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 52nd verse. That which is attained through great difficulty in the age of Satyug, by doing dhyan, meditation on Sri Krishna. In the age of Treta Yuga, by doing yagna, sacrificial worship to Sri Krishna. In the age of Dwapar Yuga, through puja, ritualistic worship to Sri Krishna, is easily attained in the age of Kali Yuga just by chanting His divine name. In fact, in the Ramayana it says, Kali Yuga keval naam adhara Sumiri sumiri nara utarahu para. In the age of Kali Yuga, the word keval means only. The only way we can become free from Maya and cross this ocean of Maya and attain God is by chanting the name of the Lord. Let us all chant, as this is all we can really do in this age of Kali Yuga. But with the faith that Bhagavan is sitting in the name, that there's no difference between God and the name. Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Everybody clap and sing.
Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda, 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 Govinda.
Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
O Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Govinda.
O Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Govinda.
O Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Govinda.
O Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
Navayam Bhagavan Vidma Tavadeva Vikirtinam Krito Menu Gahatheti Yadhat Yaksha Prabhavase Brahmanyasya Param Daivam Brahmanah Khilam Te Prabhu Vipranam Deva Devanam Bhagavanatma Daivatam Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda, 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 Govinda,
Radhe, Radhe, Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda,
Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Govinda.
O Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda,
Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
oh Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
oh Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
oh Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Govinda,
oh Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Radhe Govinda,
oh Radhe Govinda, Radhe
Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda.
वो संत लोग ने कहा भगवान को कि भक्तों से इतने प्यार करते हैं आप कि इतने प्यार महालक्ष्मी के लिए भी नहीं करते जो हमेशा आपके चरणों का सेवन करते हैं. The sages are saying to Bhagwan Mahavishnu, you love your devotees, those who love you so much. You are so fond of them, you love them so much that you don't have that amount of favor or love even for Mahalakshmi, who is serving your lotus feet day and night. So much you're fond of those who are devoted to you. Therefore, aapki ichha hai, if it's your desire that you want to free them from this curse that we have given, is up to you. If you want that this is for their benefit, they should do, then whatever you want, please do, our Lord. ये आपकी इच्छा, this is in your hands. भगवान ने कहा कि देखो, ये जो हुआ यहां, ये मैं चाहता था, ये हमारा इच्छा. Bhagwan says to the sages, the four sages, Sanak, Sanana, Sanatan, Kumar, look what has happened here. This whole thing is a divine leela, pastime. I wanted this to happen. Because I have to take advent, I have to descend in the world. I have to find some excuse to descend in the world. So I created this thing, this leela, so that I will have to go. I wanted this to happen. इसलिए ये दोनों जाएंगे राक्षसी के योनि में, और लेकिन हमेशा उनके मन मुझ में रहेंगे क्रोध से, और जल्दी से हम उसको जाके वापस ले लाएंगे. He says, I wanted this to happen. So they will go and they will take bath. Not forever, but 3 times. 3 times they are going to take bath in demonic forms. Rakshas. और ऐसे राक्षस, the kind of Rakshas, the attendants of Bhagwan, of divine abode with the power of Bhagwan, are going to become Rakshas. So no one will be able to destroy them except Bhagwan. He himself will have to go. And Bhagwan says, I myself, this is one of the reasons for my advent. I will have to descend myself to perform this pastime. So I will go. And I will free them from this. They will have their mind always concentrated on me, not in love, in anger. Because they are Rakshasi, they will be demonic. Demons, they cannot love God with bhakti. They will attach themselves through anger. We shouldn't do that. We have to do it through love, favorable attachment. This only happens during the descent, time of descent. And it has to be so powerful, only those beings can do it. Anyhow, seeing this and hearing this from the Lord, the 4 sages did parikrama. Parikrama is very important. When we go around an object of worship in a clockwise direction, keeping that object of worship to our right hand side, and we go around in a clockwise direction, is called parikrama. Parikrama. And we acquire great blessing. So they did parikrama of the Lord, bowed to him and left. वहां से छोड़ के गए. भगवान ने फिर जय विजय से कहा कि तुरंत आप लोग जाइए, डरो मत, आप डरो मत। हमेशा हमारे याद करेंगे गुस्से में, क्रोध से, और मैं खुद आके आपको मुक्त करेंगे। And then he says to Jay and Vijay, very quickly, do not be afraid, don't have any fear in your mind. Go and take, according to the shrap given by the saints and sages, take birth in Rakshasi, demonic forms. I will come very quickly. You will keep your mind attached to me in anger. I will come very quickly and rid you from the world. 3 times you're going to come. The first time they came in Satyug as Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. You all know the Katha, that Prahalad had to come, that great Bhakt, and that's how we celebrate Holi. The Lord came so they came as Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. Bhagwan came as Nrsimha Bhagwan, half man, half lion, in order to destroy them. First he took, as for Hiranyaksh, he came as Varaha avatar, the divine pig. He came as a boar. And to destroy Hiranyakashipu, he came as Nrsimha Bhagwan, half man, half lion. The second time in the age of Treta Yuga, they came as Ravan and Kumbhakaran. And the Lord came as Sri Ram and took care of them. And the third time, they came as Dantabakra and Shishupal. And the Lord came, that was in the age of Dwapar, he came as Sri Krishna and he freed them from the curse forever. So, we should not think these are great saints performing divine pastime. The Lord, when he comes in the world to perform divine pastimes, he brings his own personal attendants. You know, like in the world, very briefly, someone is making a movie in the world, right? Someone is making a movie in the world. So for that movie, you need a script writer. You need a director for that movie, a producer, a director. You need some guys to play good guys, somebody to be the lead actor, somebody to be the lead actress in the movie. We need some people to play the friends, good guys, some people to play the bad guys, the bandits. And then you have a movie. In the same way, Bhagwan makes a big movie. He also makes a movie. But for that movie, Bhagwan he himself is a script writer. He himself is a producer. He himself is a lead actor as well as a lead actress. Now, he needs others to help him to carry out, to make this movie, which is called Leela, divine pastime. His movie is called Leela. So he says, who's going to play my mother and father? Nanda Baba, Yashoda, Devaki, Vasudev says we will. Kaushilya, Dashrath says we will, etc. Who are going to play the parts of my friend? The good guys. Arjun, Bhimsen, Yudhishthir, Nakul, Sahadev, Vibhishan, Sugriv, etc. The cowherd boys, they play the good parts, the good guys. Now who is going to be my enemy? Who's going to play the part of my children? I need to have children also. I am already a parent, mother and father. But who will play my children? Lav and Kush said we will play, as well as Padyuma, etc. Okay. Now who will play my enemy? This is a very dangerous part. That person gets a bad name for the whole of history. Who became Ravan and Kumbhakaran? Jay and Vijay. They are eternal saints. I told you in the beginning, they were always the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha and they will always be the eternal saints. Yet nobody will put their children name Ravan or Kumbhakaran, or Shishupal or Dantabakra, etc. That person gets a bad name for the whole of history. So only the greatest devotee who loves the Lord only for the Lord's happiness can play such a path of being the enemy. Because the devotee doesn't care for bad name, good name, anything. All a devotee wants to do, a true devotee, is to be happy in the happiness of the beloved. Whatever makes the beloved happy. A true devotee has no desire for good name, bad name, fame, for anything. All a true devotee wants is that my Lord should be happy, that's all. So imagine the path that Jai and Vijay have played. Anyhow, so this is a katha. I had to kind of give the gist in the end because too much time. I don't want to go over time too much. And some of you, after so long, you get tired. It starts flying over the head. So I think I'll finish the katha here tonight. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Shrimat Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Umapati Mahadev ki jai. Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai. Shrimat Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai.